Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Heumann Tree Saws, Lone Wolf Tree Stands, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, RTP Outdoors, Spot Hog Releases, Wasp Archery, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
So I'm out here today, got a couple different goals for the day. I'm going to hit up two of our different properties, and the other property I'm going to go and put out a blind and try to get ready for youth season. But right now I'm on our Double C property, and this is a new property for us this year. It's 200 acres, about 130 of it is CRP with some grown up brush, so it's pretty thick in some areas. Which is a good bedding area for him. And then it's about 70 acres of timber and some deep draws. But unfortunately, we've had cameras out here all summer and really haven't had a decent buck, just a couple real young bucks that have shown up on camera. So it's been a little disappointing. Now these cameras have been out here for about 3 weeks now, and I'm going to run out and check them and see, and hopefully something with summer coming to an end, their patterns change, and I'm hoping something showed up on this property now here in the last 3 weeks. It's the first week in September, so it's that time for them to start shifting. Hopefully something shows up for us. So I am back to our first camera here on this Double C property. Haven't checked these cameras for quite a while. Good news is there was a couple 2 or 3 year old bucks that showed up. Unfortunately, no shooters yet. But I really like where this camera is. There's lots of tracks coming through here. I got lots of pictures, so I really like where this camera is. I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to run back to the back side of the property and check that camera. But I think this fall, this is going to be a really good place to be able to hunt. So as I'm walking through here, I'm going to check some trees, see if I can find a good spot to sit on this trail. It crosses actually from a neighboring property, and they don't let anybody hunt, so it crosses from that property through this draw and into one of our bedding areas. So again, I really like this area, and excited to sit here this fall. So I'm down here on our other property today. Again, I was on our Double C property earlier today. Now I picked up the kids and we came down here. I got a couple different goals for down here today. Checked the food plot, and as you can see, that big and beastie's coming in really well. And then we're also going to be putting out a blind to use for youth season, so that Walker and Tucker will be able to hunt this year in youth season. That just starts in about a week here, so looking to get them on a couple deer. There's a couple really good deer on this property. Again, Pretty Boy is out here, and actually a landowner found his sheds from the last 2 years, and I have pictures of them from the last couple years. So you know, I would say he's probably a 5.5-year-old deer this year. So that's the main buck on our hit list. And one of the reasons we planted the food plots, we have 2 of them right here. One of the reasons we planted them in this location is because this property makes an X, and so there's really 4 different bedding areas, and this tree line right here kind of connects that X, and so the deer tend to use both sides of this tree line. And so what we're trying to do is concentrate the deer onto the north side of this tree line, so that we're able to hunt it with a north wind, so we don't get busted. So again, we're going to go out, look for a place to put the ground blind for us to hunt, and move some trail cameras, and just see if we can find any other good trees to sit in this year for us.
So Tucker and I are in the deer stand here. We got in, I was screwing in the camera arm, and we already had our first fawn come in. She was about at 50 yards here, so it's a little cooler down in the bottom by this creek. And she was eating on a lot of greens down in by the creek here. So hopefully there's a few more deer that follow her here. Like I said, I am sweating right now. It is hot out today. So again, we're just hoping that something comes through going up to our food plot, or coming down to the creek here to get something to drink. So exciting, super excited to be out here. First day of view season. So just fun being out in the tree stand, isn't it, Tucker? So hopefully we can get Tucker. Shooting a deer here. So. Can you see her body? What? Oh, just shoot. You'll be okay. It's not that loud. Okay. Can you see her? Can you see her belly? Can you see her shoulder, though? Can you see her shoulder? Stay on her. Hey, whenever she turns broadside, sit up higher if you have to. Okay, now you can shoot. Just wait. Don't shoot that. She's got to turn. She's got to turn. Just wait. She's got to turn. Go ahead. Yep, shoot. Tucker, you just shot a doe. Tucker, you just shot a doe, bud. What do you think? Is that awesome? So I got Tucker here with me. He just shot his first deer. He shot his first doe. Only about a 20 yard shot is all. So, I mean, the doe came right in, came right up, exactly what we wanted her to do. Came right in, and Tucker put a really good shot on her. She's laying 20 yards. You can see she dropped right away. So it's only about 6:45. We had that fawn that came in right away. We got out here about 5 o'clock, and she was here the whole time. And she was here all night for about an hour and a half. And the doe came in and started feeding on the same stuff she was feeding on, and came up right up to us. And Tucker just put a really good shot on. First doe with a muzzleloader with a gun. First doe, 7 years old. So I am super proud of him for making that good of a shot. So we're gonna go down and check out the doe. And she dead, Tucker? So Tucker's got his first deer. Man, he made a great shot at about 20-25 yards with the muzzleloader. Couldn't be more proud. First night of the Iowa youth season, and Tucker just made a great shot. So proud of him. And that's what practice does. We practiced a couple times this summer, and I felt really comfortable with him taking a shot like that. So again, just super proud. No track job. She dropped right down. So now the work begins. Now we're gonna drag her out of here and get her home and go show the family and just enjoy the night. And again, good Lord is just so good to us, and He's been so good to me, and being able to bring my kids with, and being able to have a wife like I do. I'm just so blessed, and I couldn't be more grateful for the life that He has given me. So we're just gonna go home and enjoy the night.
it's about 6:30 on September 17th, and Maddox and I are sitting here trying to get him his first deer. So what a great hunt from Tucker and Nate. So that's pretty cool stuff when you get youth out in the woods, and this is what we've been practicing for. So we're going to see if we can't make something happen tonight. We've already seen a couple of does behind us when we were walking in. This is my buddy's farm. He's got a lot of does out here. Brian and Nick and Nate have talked about this farm as their doe farm. Just a ton of deer pictures. So we're going to sit tight and see what happens. But as far as what's happening around my neck of the woods, Brooks and I went down, my youngest son, we went down and checked some trail cameras the other day, and they are just showing nothing on them whatsoever. So there's a couple of reasons for that. Deer are leaving their summering grounds and going to their fall and wintering grounds, and other deer are going to be coming in. So I expect the trail cameras to pick up here in the next month or so, next couple of weeks. But it is really, really hot. And so it's about 90 degrees, Maddox and I. This is our first chance to get out, so we're taking advantage of it. Like I said, thankfully we've already seen a couple deer, but we're just kind of waiting to see what happens here. Next week, at the end of this weekend, there's supposed to be a big cold front, and that first cold front during youth season usually gets a lot of deer on their feet, so we'll try that on Saturday probably again. As for me, I'm just going to spend time with my kids, trying to get them out and try to check trail cameras as much as I can. Next week I want to talk to you about a deer stand location that I call the Big Oak Tree, and it sits in the middle of our farm that we hunt. And I want to spend some time talking to you about why we hunt that spot and the success that we've had there, and why that spot is just a great spot for deer. Also want to talk to you about how we hang and hunt there with our lone wolves, and we've been using our lone wolf systems for 10 to 15 years, and Caleb and I have a system down pat, and maybe that could help some viewers out there who are looking to use the same type of system. So other than that, we're gonna hang tight and see what happens here tonight. We'll bring it to you next week if we happen to get something. So thanks for watching Outreach Outdoors on Midwest Whitetail. We'll see you back next week.